Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hannah here, and I want to take a moment to walk with you through our school catalog as we are in our unbirthday sale where you can get 22% off of our quantum human design trainings. And so I want to take a moment to sort of guide you through this catalog, give you an overview of our specialty trainings, what our school feels like, and we can go from there. So, without further ado, I wanted to first bring us to this page here, which says between stimulus and response, there is a space, and that space is our power to choose our response. And in our response lies our growth and freedom. And I'm sure this is a quote that you may have heard before, but the reason this is in our school catalog is because this is truly the essence behind the way in which Dr. Karen teaches and the way in which she brings quantum human design to her students and to the people that our specialists work with. And this is the essence of what it is that we want to share with you that we believe is the power in quantum human design, the power in reclaiming your story, retelling, reframing your narrative, really choosing to be deliberate rather than reactive, to really get in between that space where that power lives and to be able to make a choice, to be able to choose something different, to be able to craft a new path for your life, craft a new story for your family, craft a new world for your relationship. And so this is really the essence behind why we teach what we do, how we teach what we do, and and hopefully this is something that you can also share with the people that you work with, that you bring quantum human design to. So you'll see that there's a little bit of a welcome here. You can read more about, again, the sort of the philosophy behind our school, the patterns that shape your life, reclaiming your personal narrative. We get into the influence of archetypes in science, and then ultimately, really how to live and fulfill your true potential. So you can also read more about what exactly is quantum human design and get more of a feel for that as well. And then the next few pages are what I find really fascinating too, again, about what makes us different and unique. We see the chart as a tool for deconditioning, as a tool for you to really get into the story of who you are and begin to shift and break the patterns that have been running your world so that you can really craft anew. And so we see this in a few different phases. We see the healing phase, we see the baseline phase, which is really getting people sort of reconnected to, okay, what is my strategy? What is my authority? I'm starting to trust myself a little bit. I'm starting to really feel like, oh, I do have a sense of power over my life. Like I know that I can be this brilliant person inside, and you start to feel more of that grounded baseline expression of yourself. You're no longer in the ups and downs, healing spirals of just trying to rediscover who you are, really trying to get to your true core essence. You're at this nice baseline stage, but we don't stop there. And that's where a lot of people like to stop, right? They say, okay, I'm good. I have had some breakthroughs. I've no longer in these cycles of pain. But deep inside, you might know that life is actually calling you towards something greater and bigger. Maybe that's an expression of you. Maybe that's a dream that lives within your heart. Maybe that is a way in which you show up and influence your community and the people that you love. You can feel that you are designed for something bigger than just to be at baseline, to settle for what might feel just mediocre or sort of the status quo. And so what we really like to do is say, okay, let's get into optimization. How can we optimize your energy? How can we, that's the quantum expression, right? How can we really get you to a place where you feel your alignment? It is this world where you're in the flow of life, right? You are actually no longer trying to just trust yourself. you are in this what I say co-creative dance with life, where you are, you're in your strategy and authority, you're following your design and all of that, but you're no longer mentally trying to think about it. You're living it, you're embodied in it, you're optimized in your energy. And so this is really the exciting place that we want to take our students and also help our students take their clients, their people, their tribe, their communities, because we know that this is the world that we are shifting into. So you can read more about a little bit of those three phases. And this is again, really what I feel is what makes us unique, what makes us different in terms of the human design world. And so you can read more about that. And now we'll get into a little bit more about the quantum human design trainings that we offer. So you will see here, it starts with levels 1 and 2. Our quantum human design certification is broken down into 4 levels. The first level is, well, let me first say the reason for that is because if you've ever run a chart or you see a chart or you have been dabbling in self-study world, you know there are so many layers and pieces that make up a chart. And so Dr. Karen intentionally broke the training down into 4 levels so you can start to see how these different layers build upon each other and then feel more comfortable and confident to really synthesize the entirety of the story, of the archetypes, of the energy that lives within a chart, so that when you sit down with people and you're in that space of let's let's unravel the true you, let's be with that energy, you're able to look at the chart through multiple different lenses and feel really confident in that, and that comes by really getting a good baseline understanding of the foundations of each design. So the first level is all about your strategy, authority, and energy type. And so again, you'll start to get a deeper sense of that. You'll go into each of the 5 energy types, strategy, authority, and right away you become certified after you complete that level and the quizzes in there. You become certified as a QHD Level 1 specialist, and that continues to grow with each of the 4 levels of training. We encourage you to start doing readings at level 1. We encourage you to start running charts to really start integrating this into your world, whatever that looks like for you. And then from there, we go into level 2, which is all about the 12 profiles and the 9 energy centers. So then you can start to paint the picture even deeper, right? My person is a projector. They have 6 open centers. They are a 3-5 profile. You start to build in the layers of the story in terms of how you can read the chart, but also really start applying it to your own life. I'm telling you right now, this training, our QHD training, is a transformational journey for you. The information, the way it's delivered, the community that you are plugged into, the calls, the Q&A sessions that we have in these spaces, you're on a transformational journey. Your life is going to change. You are going to change. You are going to have these aha moments. You are going to have them not only about yourself, but also about the people that you love and you're able to look at your past and redefine it through a whole new lens. You're able to see your future and have a sense of power and confidence inside of you rather than complete fear and paralysis of the unknown. And so I had to say that here because it is truly so transformative. The next 2 levels of our QHD training are level 3 and level 4. Level 3 is all about the gates, channels, and circuits, and that is the most information-rich part of our training. So that's where you really start to get deeper into the archetypes. Again, see the gates and channels on this energy spectrum. What is the optimal expression? What is the imbalanced expression? What are the lessons and the themes and the curriculum here inside the gates and channels and circuits for this person? And that is all self-paced. All of these levels are self-paced in terms of you have pre-recorded lessons and you have quizzes to take with your training. As you complete and move along through 1, 2, and 3, you'll get to level 4, and this is really the beauty in the art of chart reading. This is where I see our specialists really start to get comfortable and confident in I've had my own personal journey with quantum human design. I'm starting to see how it is that I want to weave this together in my world, how I want to share the chart with people, how I want to bring this information to my clients or my family or my own relationships. And so level four is where you put all of this back together. You say, ooh, let's find the conundrum in the chart. Let's find these places where my client or myself might be really hung up or stuck or blocked. And how can I help them really shift into alignment? What story is calling them forward? How can I support them in their career, in their finances, in their family life, in their health, connecting to their spirituality? We start to get more into these different themes that quantum human design can really support you and also your people with. And so with level four, we do have live calls that run once a year from October through March. And those live calls are optional. They are not required for your certification, but they are there to really support you in going deeper because we know that this is a living, breathing system that has so much wisdom to offer us. And we really like to get in there and be in an interactive space with you. Dr. Karen is on these calls. We do Q&A, we look at charts. We also offer time for you to do practice sessions with other students. And again, to build that confidence, to build that skill inside of you, and to feel more connected to this information. And in all of this journey, you are not isolated and alone. We want to support you and your goals and dreams with this training, whether that is personal or professional. And so the live calls with level four, they are topic focused depending on, they are based off of our level four curriculum. So every week we have a new topic. And again, it's a really nice way to really tie up the journey that you've been on as a quantum human design student and specialist and sort of feel that sense of completion and cohesion within the entirety of the QHD system. And so we love to watch our students just go through this journey, and you can always come to our QHD forum calls that we run year round and stay connected to our community as well. So that is a little overview of our level 1 through 4 training. I would say if you are looking to really understand and learn and go deep into the ins and outs of the chart, you want to study the mechanics of the chart, you want to get more comfortable at doing readings for people, you've been trying to piece all this together by yourself in books or online and reading things, and now you want to just bring this nice sense of synthesis and cohesion and confidence and like I said, go on this transformative journey with yourself, with your own chart, and then really start to share that in a way that feels aligned and authentic to you. I would say go with levels 1 through 4. Um, and like I said, there's so much flexibility in terms of how and when you complete this journey. We aren't going to kick you out at a certain time and say you need to certify by this date. We encourage our students to move through the training. We want to see you grow and be successful. But that said, we know that life is busy, that everyone has their schedules, work schedules, time zones. We have students all over the world, and we really want to support you in this journey. So if this is speaking to you and you have more questions, I will put some contact infos in this post for you to reach out to us. We want to see you. We want to know where you're at in your journey, what you want to learn, why you want to learn this, and go from there. Next, you will see we have our specialty trainings. And this again just goes back to what I feel is like our school philosophy, and that we don't want human design to just be this woo-woo thing that is only for people who know about human design, only for people who geek out on it and have fun with it. We want to really bring this powerful system and tool to communities, to transform relationships, to transform systems, healthcare, families, schools. We've seen all of it. We see very inspired people who might not necessarily fit into the box of, oh, I'm a coach, or I have this business, or I have, this desire to work in this way. Often what I see is people have an inspiration or a sense or a feeling to learn, to discover, to uncover. And from there, this vision, this feeling starts to expand and grow, and it starts to click the deeper and deeper you go. So we have three specialty trainings. And now this is where we go. If you know that you want to work with families, if you know that you want to transform your own family, if you know that relationships are your thing, or you simply want to have more powerful relationships, more peaceful relationships in your own life, we have our relationship specialist certification. If you are looking for a way to support yourself or others in a very in what I would call the what we call here at our school the seasons of transformation, the cycles of transformation, I would go with our transformational coach certification. And really, with all of these trainings, you get QHD levels 1 and 2. So again, you have this basis, that's this foundation of what it is that, the essence of quantum human design. You learn the centers, profiles, strategy, authority, energy type. You get comfortable in discovering that and reading the charts and working with the charts and seeing where the conditioning may be coming from and seeing how you can help your people shift and write and carve a new path. So you get levels 1 and 2. And that is sort of the foundation for these deeper specialty trainings. And then each of these goes deeper into looking at, okay, relationships. How can we build healthy partnership using quantum human design? What are the energy dynamics? What are the mistaken motivations that are coming out to play? We also go into specialty topics, things such as money and fighting fairly and sexuality and co-parenting. We go into real life examples because, again, we know that this tool, this chart, can really create powerful practical changes in lives of people, and we see it every day. And so I would say if you're looking to go into a relationship path or that lights you up, that excites you, or you want to learn more for yourself, that might be a path for you. With transformational coaching, this is where we look at the cycles of disruption, the void, and expansion. And so really helping you stabilize your clients when they go through a massive change, divorce, losing a job, moving across the world, having grief hit them, losing a family member, going through these disruptive cycles, and then sort of helping your client navigate the void. Who am I now? Who am I now that I'm not working that job anymore? Who am I now that I'm not at that school anymore? The void season of this identity reconstruction and deconstruction. So we travel through that void space and then we emerge into expansion. How do we help people actually feel confident and clear when they are in a growth cycle? How do we support our people and ourselves to not push away to success, to not resist the beauty and the goodness that is trying to come our way? How do we help people when they are expanding, when they are in that optimizing stage with their energy? So that's what we look at in the transformational coach certification. And then the family coach certification. This is a beautiful journey if you are looking to really learn more about how can I bring human design to families or to my own family. If you're a parent, if you're not a parent, we've had plenty of students take this who do not have children of their own, but they really feel a call in their heart to work and support families during this whole new era that we are stepping into here on earth. We've had educators, we've had child therapists, we've had people who simply want to really transform their own relationship with their children. And so we really go into, again, energy dynamics, mistaken motivations, looking at how can you raise children and support parents in their own parenting journey and staying connected to their authentic self, sort of not passing on the conditioning before it happens, but how can we really transform um, the home dynamic, generational patterns, education systems, and looking at all of that in the family coach certification. So that is a little bit of an overview. If you do read more, you'll see that each of these trainings also come with a ready to teach curriculum, which is a workshop or a series of videos that you get to teach and facilitate in your community you can sell it as an online course, you can host it as a weekend workshop, you can host it as a day retreat, you can do it as a special one-on-one session with a client. You'll see in each of these descriptions here, we give you the tools that you need to get up and running in terms of how do I bring this information to people? Oh, my people don't know about human design. Oh, is this going to be weird? Is this going to work? We support you in that journey. We want to see you sharing this information and growing from there. That might not look like a business for you, but for some people it does. And so we really just want to support you in getting set up and teaching and sharing so that that same passion and inspiration that is bringing you to this page can also be delivered and rippled out through you in your world. So that's another very exciting thing about our specialty trainings is that they do include those specialty workshops that you get. You get slides, you get transcripts, you get videos, and all of this is you can either again just have Karen teaching her recorded voice, or you can record it yourself. You can get the slides and you have the transcript. You can teach it. You can sell it like that. You can, like I said, do this as a workshop. So see again, you'll have Transform Your Relationships by Design and the Relationship Specialist certification. You'll receive the Story Lab Facilitator in the Transformational Coach, and then you also get the Parenting by Design workshop in the Family Coach. And so these specialty trainings are really like 3 certifications in one, because again, you get Quantum Human Design 1 and 2. So you're a certified Quantum Human Design specialist. You're also a facilitator of the workshop that you receive, depending on which specialty is calling to you. And then you also are certified as either relationship specialist, transformational coach, or QHD family coach. So just something to think about as you're exploring these different trainings. I will say that when you enroll, you receive the modules and all of the pre-recorded content for you to start working through. And then each of these trainings also has a live cohort of calls as well that come with it. So you can always reach out to us and inquire further about that. But that is also just really nice to have that live support, to have that interaction time, to have 60 minutes of Q&A with Dr. Karen, to have 30 minutes of time to practice with other students. And again, we want to see you grow and we want to witness you in your transformational journey as well. So that is a little bit of an overview with that. I will say also, once the question I hear a lot is, what happens after my certification ends, or when I'm done with my training or I am certified. And again, what I feel like really makes us different and unique is that we are a school that is here year round for you. And as a QHD student, you can come to our QHD forum calls on Mondays. We've had students who graduated years and years ago, and they could still pop on that call if they have a question, or if they are struggling if they're working with a client and they have a question about their chart, or if they're just moving through a weird season in your own life and you need to get plugged back into this information and this community. And you have access to our circle community where we see students also form study groups sometimes of their own outside of trainings. We see people swapping charts and, getting on Zoom and practicing together. And so you're really not alone on your journey. And we know that with quantum human design, that there is sometimes this, there's a timing, I think, of this process that you go on. And sometimes this really speaks to you and you really feel like you just need to get your foot in and start to learn, start to apply it to your own life. You might feel overwhelmed about business or next steps. But we support you through that. We want you to take your time with it. We want you to really feel like this is for you and your life. And that again, you have that power in between that stimulus and response. You have the power to choose which direction you want to go, how you want to bring this to life in your world. So we're here for you, and we love to, like I said, watch you evolve and grow on this journey. Okay, lastly, you'll notice that there's also advanced quantum human design training. And so now this is specifically for students who have certified in QHD level 3 because it does require an understanding of the gates, channels, and circuitry. And these are our specialty trainings. And I think this is, again, really just fun and exciting if you are looking to add variety to the types of readings that you can offer, or even for people in your own life. And so, life cycle analysis is a training that will take you into navigating solar return charts, Saturn return cycles, Uranus opposition, Chiron return, and we also look at near-death experiences in this training and looking at charts that might be seen as sort of a catalytic awakening in the life cycle analysis training. And that program is really designed for you to, again, start to add and take your understanding of quantum human design even further by looking at different cycles that are astrological, that are really significant in transformational journey of being a human. So you get to explore those different seasons and cycles, learn how to read the chart. We see people all the time offer this as a specialty reading. You can give your clients a birthday reading and explain to them what themes might be coming up in their life in the upcoming year, especially for people who are moving through big seasons like Saturn return, where we know that is a massive turning point in someone's journey. And same with Chiron return and so forth. And so that this is the training where you'll understand how to read those specific types of charts and run them, and also offer readings for your clients or your friends and family or yourself if you're like, oof, I'm going through a big season right now and I need to interpret my Uranus opposition chart. So that's life cycle analysis, and then relationship and family analysis. This goes deeper into looking at the electromagnetics between two different gates and when that creates a channel, what centers get defined. Really looking at the patterns of energy between partnerships or between a family unit. And so, if that is something that interests you and you want to learn how to do a partnership reading, or you want to learn how to maybe do a reading for a family, this is also a great space that will go deeper into the actual speaking into some of the channels that might get activated, or some of the configurations and center configurations that you might see between two people, and how you can really help guide people through that. So that is a little bit of an overview of the quantum human design trainings that are on sale at 22% off until May 22nd. And like I said, if you have any questions, or if you want to see maybe how this fits into your world or your vision or your life or your business, reach out to us. This is a wonderful time to enroll and really get that nice savings, and also get started on a beautiful journey for yourself and your life. So feel free to email us. I will drop our contact info into this post, and looking forward to seeing you and getting to connect with you very soon.